Is my pitiful attempt to have a stone wall at Chickamauga, like those at some of those Eastern Front battlefields. But no, this is actually a horse jump from when the military post of Fort Oglethorpe was in existence between 1900 and the beginning of World War II, and it was a cavalry post primarily. The 11th United States Cavalry, the 7th United States Cavalry, and then for a long time, and the final mounted unit there was the 6th United States Cavalry. And they had a whole series of horse training things out here on the battlefield, riding rings. They had a whole horse course that looped through the battlefield that the cavalrymen were expected to train their horses on to do such things as jump different types of things. And this is a horse jump from that riding route across the battlefield. A few years ago, we did Robertson's Brigade at Vineyard Farm on the 19th. I showed you another one that's down there. So, but. No, it is not Chickamauga's pitiful attempt to keep up with those folks who are an aficionado of that engagement that occurs outside that small South Central Pennsylvania college town.
All he wrote about it was
he was never stationed at Fort Oglethorpe, and I don't think there's any record of him even being here at one time.
He was cavalry early on, so I thought maybe he might have
compete in one of the early Olympics in
1912.
not equestrian. He was in fencing.
Yeah. That's it.
No, he was pentathlon.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. You're right. He was in pentathlon.
Our first Olympic equestrian teams were drawn from the U.S. Cavalry. So we probably had Olympians jumping the fence at some point.
Pentathlon is.
I know what.
Yeah.
And he had his polo ponies wherever he was, right? And he trained other people how to play polo.
Eisenhower is at Fort Oglethorpe for a brief time. He's I think the most prominent person who was at Fort Oglethorpe. So.
But if the R was here,
well,
came by here
yeah, but he wasn't stationed here. So we're going to walk down along the crest of the low rise, but you'll notice that the vegetation here is thinned out a little bit, and you can start to see some of our vehicles parked along Battle Line Road. So even though the distance is actually greater than that estimated 75 yards that the 2nd Tennessee veteran remembered, you still see that we're in relatively short distance of where the Federals were on the crest of the rise. So we got just a short distance to go before we pass out of the left of Polk's brigade.
trees, but